Hello and welcome everybody into some Wednesday night racing action as we face off here in the AllStar race for the Vigilante Racing League. These drivers are the best of the best. They've had to win to get in. We've also got some people that had to race in via the Monday qualifier, and even that was a pretty good race. I think the final to that one, the difference was like 0.046 seconds coming down across the line. So these drivers are all ready to get all rough and tumble. Bragging rights is what's on the line, maybe even a little bit of cash here as well. So without further ado, let's get things all started off and kicked off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, the Vigilante Racing League is only brought to you by some fantastic partners, such as Blue Fox Properties and Dave Mayberry. Give Dave a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country. Be sure to go and give Dave a call, because he can definitely help you out with the 18 years of experience. And man, he's going to use every single one of those years, because this housing market just gets crazier and crazier day by day. So don't delay and get yourself a good quality realtor today. As always, I'm Alan Brown, and I'm freaking frozen, man. It's the middle of May, and it was like playing golf in 32-degree windy weather. It was nuts. But nonetheless, I'm defrosting. But someone who's getting frosty is my good friend Alan English up here in the booth with me. Got his kegerator all reset on up and pouring out some good ones. As we're in here for North Wilkesboro, man. One of our kind of favorite tracks that we're happy that NASCAR and people decided that, hey man, we really need to bring this track back. We need to fix this thing on up. Of course, it was all led by Dale Jr. and letting iRacing scan it here. So these drivers are going to have a pretty fun time down there, I think.
Yeah, I think he was one of the guys that was out there with the weed eaters and stuff, get all the weeds out of the cracks in the track surface so they could laser scan it. But no, man, what a cool historic track this is. I wish they'd do this with a couple of the tracks that are no longer on the schedule that should be. But yeah, man, no safer barriers here. It's not an easy track to get around, so depending on what the truck count here is tonight, I think we've got 20-25 drivers here registered so far. But you could see how many toolboxes are set up right there on pit road. So yeah, man, it's gonna be crowded no matter what. even with 20 cars out, or trucks in this case, 20 trucks out here, it's going to be really, really crowded, and lap traffic is going to be an issue, and passing is going to be a huge issue. It is not easy at all here to pass. So, basically, think of your Saturday night dirt track, and they just paved it. So that's what we're gonna see here later tonight. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch though, man. I can't wait to see. This is the AllStar race, so anything can happen here. So it's gonna be a blast. I can't wait.
That it was. As down there on pit road, as we're starting to run out of time here, Mr. Adam Turner joining us here down on pit road, ready for all the bumping and banging action. I know there's been some trash talk out here in the Discord pretty much all week there, Adam. So what's the feeling you getting on down in the pits?
Well, if I had more time, I could tell you. English talks for about 3 minutes and 15 seconds, so I got really nothing for you. I think maybe we'll get a fight here. I don't know. It's all for fun. It's the All-Star race. Here's the most important part: 2 fast repair, 45% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 21 incident points. You'll start accruing penalties, and it's 100 degrees on the track. So those 4 sets of tires are going to come into play with 200 laps. But I love what they're doing here, bringing this North Wilkesboro Speedway back to life in real life. So fun stuff.
That indeed. As we head on down here to the racetrack, because qualifying was a quickie one and we don't really have that many drivers. So let's go ahead and start our official field run down here with the 55, Ricky Wittenberg getting the nod here, picking up pole position. He's got a new paint scheme there, trying to cast some voodoo magic on all these drivers. 64, Trevor Robertson, trying to get that Gorilla Glue machine back home around here. He's starting in second. 33, Jess Vaught will have a good starting spot up there in third, with the 92, Greg Klein starting in fourth. 27, Timothy Pope. He's no stranger to these All-Star races. He's going to get a start here in fifth. The 48, Jack the Ripper Dixon, getting a pretty good start here in sixth. 84 of the Chud Machine, Josh Bittner. He's going to start here tonight in 7th. 18, Andrew Player. He's newly shaven. Wait until we get his driver camera on up here. He looks totally different there without the beard. He's going to get a start here in 8th. 9th will be the 23 of Sean McDonald, another one of those Canada drivers there, with the Silent Assassin. 88 of Mike Adamson, rounding out your starting top 10.
Yeah, the 329 Albert Anderson, America's driver, will start inside row number 6 rather, and 11th. Kelly Keel starting outside row number 6 in the 01. Jeremiah Burke in the 53 truck will start 13th. 14th will be David L. Kelly in the 49. The 3 of Austin Paul will start 15th. 16th will be John Gallagher in the 123 machine. The 14 of Dustin with the Y, Dustin Eaton, starting inside right here on 17th place. 18th will be Dave the Gambler Mayberry in the 29 truck. Let's see. Russ Endicott and Brayton Laster make up row number 10. Jonathan Osborne in the 81 truck will start 21st. And rounded out your field, Dustin Wade in the 68.
Yeah, and it looks like Brayton Laster having to step away to deal with some family stuff for a time being, so he's not going to be starting in the vehicle. And I think Ricky Wittenberg, he accepted the challenge that Brayton kind of threw on down here late. He said, man, if anyone's willing to take whatever qualifying they position and give it on up, take an EOL here, and then race their way all the way back up to the front and pick up the win, he'll pay an extra 25 whole doll hairs to that winner.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Ricky Wittenberg electing to accept that challenge here. And of
Let
course,
me see if I can go back in and register as a driver. Hold on.
You get a little payday.
$25.
That indeed. Well, here we go as the, well, it's now going to be the 33 leading with the 64. So Pace Truck pulls off down onto pit lane, and here we go for the first time here tonight. The All-Stars are shining. Green flag racing here at North Wilkesboro. Side by side, they go down through turns 1 and 2. The 64 out in front of that 33 just by a door and a half, and now the 33 into the corner gets a little bit of that run. This is a track that has multiple lanes. It's not just one lane is going to dominate it all, but right now that 33 just fought gets that domination point as the 27. Oh no, Timothy Pope getting a little squirrely down there on the bottom side. Yellow flag comes out as he fishtails it around back to safety.
He didn't hit anything, and nobody hit him. So I mean,
Tires, cold
Yeah.
tires, huh?
good job, Tim Pope, of not spinning down, hitting that inside wall on the other side of that grassy patch there, and didn't slide up into the track and hit anybody. So
Yeah, I know we say this all the time. Cold tires,
yeah,
old tires, kind of the same thing. No big deal right there.
And this is one of those rare tracks where you have to put a good amount of brake input into. So I think that's what happened to the 27 there. Maybe just a smidge too much brakes, locks up those rears, and he goes for a slide, but able to quickly correct it before all too much chaos broke on out as we have our first caution of the evening. 200 laps is what is the total here tonight as we get all up and ready to sit back and enjoy some fantastic racing with all y'all out there in the YouTube land.
Yeah. What's
Like,
going on in the YouTube land out there?
well, I was just about to let you know there, bud. Earl Evans says, I'm going to do a shot every yellow. And he said first shot down just now.
Wow.
Evil Affairs is with us, pulling for Team Orangutan. Let's see, Chan the Man. This is a different spotter. What did he say? Different HT today. Spotter hat, that is.
Oh, different hat today rather than being a racer. He's doing some spotting for the team.
Oh, okay. Evil Affairs also says hello, everyone, and to the broadcasting team. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing too. I think we saw subscription from Evil Affairs today. Thank you very much, Eric Bittner. Hashtag Chud Nation. Earl's here with it too about the chud. We got the
What is the
cat-
chud?
It's the most famous catfish in Vigilante Racing, and that is on the side of Josh Bittner's truck.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
Catfish, man.
I have to look at this.
Wade's World is here as well. Saying go Team Tang. Got door checked late in the race. Taken out of commission. Well, it happens to the best of us. And to the worst of us, right, Adam?
Yeah. I mean, you're getting taken out by your own teammates. I mean,
Okay. That's enough
happens.
of that. Come on, that's uncalled for.
Ricky Chud, an 84. I like that paint scheme.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a play on Ricky Rudd. Ricky Chud.
Yeah.
Ricky Chud. I love it. And it's not the Tide machine, it's the Track Dogs machine. The trackdogsracing.com or trackdogs.net.
Either
Sells
one will get you where you
racing
need to be.
apparel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either one as we get ready to head on back to the green flag here. 33 Avant again out in front. 64 Trevor Robertson to his outside. Side by side, they trundle down through turns 1 and 2. Pretty good start here. Last start was pretty good as well. A lot of two wide going on up here at the front. The 92 and the 48 going side by side. You also got the 84 and the 18 going side by side, getting a little bit of help there. Oh man, the 84 getting a little bump from the 88 of Adamson, trying to make his way on through this chaos as the 18 filters his way on through up there on the outside lane. Here comes the 01 Kelly Keel trying to get a run going up on that outside. Same thing with Albert Anderson right there behind them. You got the 23 Sean McDonald and the 14 Dustin Eaton having a pretty good battle. Now it's the 53 Jeremiah Burke trying to squeeze his way on up there as well, as Jess Vaught and Trevor Robertson continue to trade positions here up at the front, still side-by-side racing for this battle for the lead.
Battle. I love early race battle.
Oh, as the 33 does exactly what Timothy Pope did, except this time he went completely off the track down onto the grass. No yellow flag, and all those positions have now been lost. Jess Vaught filters his way on back to the tail end of the field. 64 of Robertson up there, up front, all alone right now. Still got a good battle, though, between the 84 and the 88 going side by side. 84 looking to run that middle to high line with the 88 up underneath him.
Yeah, we're under iRacing cautions here, and iRacing is not going to throw the yellow flag if somebody goes off the track spinning. If they're off the racing surface, iRacing does not care. They are not going to throw a yellow unless you merge back onto the track and you're really slow and there's a bunch of people coming, so the way it is.
Yeah, and he just caught that little area that's grass right there. It's a perfect runoff area, but it's not going to be good for him getting lapped there.
Yeah, again, these drivers not racing for any points today. This is just for bragging rights and a little bit of extra cash. I think Mayberry even threw in an extra $25 if one of the guys that got in the qualifier on Monday ends up winning this thing. So even those guys have a little bit of bonus incentive to try to pick up a win here tonight, as Jess Vaught driving angry sets the fastest lap of the race and sub 19 second lap, 18.97. Golly, man,
that's moving, boy.
Well, he didn't actually get lapped too, so he's hung on to the lead lap. He'll be fine. That little spin's not going to hurt him.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Brayton Laster's out here too. He's a few laps down, but he's out here running with the guys.
Yeah, the 27 of Pope trying to figure out his way to get around the Canadian of Sean McDonald here in that 23 Money Lion machine. Having his work cut out for him, as Albert Anderson going side by side with his teammate Jeremiah Burke. But of course, here in the All-Star race, there ain't no teams. Yeah, they might be racing with some buddies and having some fun, but that's about it. They're getting the pass done here on the 14 of Dustin with a Y. Dustin Eaton, part of that Team Orangutan team.
Yeah, they got a pretty tough team. They showed it last season. They're definitely trying to repeat again. Of course, Player, our defending series champion here, Vigilante Racing League. I'm sure they'd love to get a couple other guys up there close to the top of the championship rankings here this season. Strong team overall.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Mr. Turner, I gotta say, is there any speculation from some of these teams out there saying, hey, we need to tech spec those tires that got put on the 64s? He's just driving away from us. Make sure none of that Gorilla Glue that was all over the side of his car got on those tires.
Not yet, but I'm pretty sure they have a plan for him at the stage break. I'd be a little careful. I think they'll try to figure him out. If it all comes down to it, maybe we'll have a little throwdown in the infield.
Sure,
that's just the Canadian thing.
Sure.
Number 48, you would really like his paint scheme. He's got the Canadian maple leaf there. He's the number 48. Look, he's up in the top. What is he? Jack Dixon.
Top 3.
Oh, that's a throwback paint.
Yeah, but he's got a big maple leaf on the truck, eh?
Yeah. Oh,
pretty cool.
Should.
Yeah, he's Canadian. I mean, I
guess
that. You kind of sound Canadian lately, eh?
But how many Canadian teams are in the Stanley Cup playoffs right now?
Take off, Hoser.
I'm pretty sure 0, eh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 0 there, eh?
Oh.
Ooh, that's shots fired
there, eh?
It wasn't me. It was Brown. I love our Canadian friends to the north. They invented hockey. We just perfected it down here in the States, eh?
Oh.
As the wrecking ball himself, I mean, he is self-proclaimed wrecking ball at that. The 57 Russ Endicott moving up into 16th. The 123 of John Gallagher. Oh, go as Josh Bittner taking a spin down into the inside grass, trying to get it all gathered back up while traffic's going around. No yellow flag.
We're seeing green here.
Oh, here we go. You're on it now. Once you get on the Canadian voice, you can never get out of it. I've seen you do this before.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, look at Mike Adamson's paint. I like that. Platinum Racing, the chrome.
What's the platinum? What's the platinum racing all about?
I don't know. It's just what it says on his truck. Looks cool.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm not doing it
we were gonna start docking pay as we're going 3 wide here. Oh my goodness, Ricky Wittenberg trying to fight his way back up here to the front. Meanwhile, the 57 and the 123 can't figure out who wants to be in front of who here. Continuing to stay side by side. Ricky going from the top back down to the bottom, just trying to figure out where the run is gonna come from, trying to find that open lane.
We talked about this. It's hard to pass here. It doesn't matter if you're passing on the inside or the outside. You know, if you got comparable tire wear, it's difficult.
And it looked like at some point there, Russ tried to be like, "Hey guys, just I'll let you guys by." Problem was he had some traffic there sitting behind him, which checked up that traffic there as well. As now here comes the 33 of Vaught. Oh, giving him the good shove with the chrome horn.
Pounding on the back bumper.
Oh, both of them drifting it down through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of sideways contact that made. Oh, man, look at that save from the 33 of Vaught. He dirt tracked it down there.
Yeah, 57 got back up onto the racing surface there pretty slow, but nobody was coming, so it didn't throw a yellow there.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of that now that people have probably wore their tires down a little, driving it a little too hard. So this is going to be fun. I love this track.
That indeed. And while we're normally don't do interviews or anything like that during a race, well, that's because everybody is driving. That's not the case here tonight. We got some people hanging out, sitting and watching and having a fantastic time, as we can go ahead and talk to one of our good buddies, the original hashtag sponsored not sponsored driver. That's Mr. Earl Evans hanging out here, enjoying the race and action going on here. Seen a lot of good saves already here, Earl, and I know you got that what looks like a maple syrup bottle sitting next to you all ready to be drunk out of, but only the one caution so far.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm sitting here watching from a semi-bird's eye view from 1 and 2, so I can watch the whole race, actually. But yeah, I had a couple saves. Seeing that Ricky went ahead and took the challenge and jumped from pole to the back, and he's made his way back up quite a bit here.
Yeah, I'd be down with that challenge, man, any day of the week. I'd love to start in the back and try to pass as many trucks as I could and make my way back up towards the front. But what are you drinking there, Earl? I'm drinking some homebrew right now. What do you got in that bottle over yonder?
Yeah, I decided to go with, since I have Kraken on the front of my truck, I'll have some Kraken rum with me.
Oh, okay, some rum. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man, that's not a bad choice, but well, why aren't you in the race, Earl? We need our sponsored, not sponsored truck in a race like this big a race. What happened?
So Monday, when I got home, got in the shower as I was about to run to go to the gym and then come back and jump in the race. We had a really bad lightning storm, and actually lightning hit the apartment complex I live in, so I lost power for a good 4 to 5 hours while the electricity company came and rehooked us back up. So I missed the whole qualifying race, so I wasn't even get into this.
Just like I thought. Bill Gates took him out. Dang
Bill
it.
Gates controls the lightning now.
Yeah,
Apparently so.
man. Well, at least you're here with us tonight. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Had to bring in the new AAA broadcasting hat. Thanks to TrackDogsRacing.net or TrackDogsRacing.com, excuse me, or TrackDogs.net.
You got it.
You know, got to thank all my sponsors, you guys, Track Dogs, and Vigilante Racing for giving us some great content right now.
Yeah, that indeed, man. Well, we'll send you on back down there. Keep that popcorn ready, and I got a feeling you should probably keep that bottle to your side. It's been pretty clean here, but once we enter the second half of this thing, man, it should get pretty excited. But glad to have you hanging out here with us tonight, Earl, and good luck and have fun here with the rest of the season as we're coming up on playoff time.
Yep. Thanks again, guys.
Shot every caution. I like his attitude here for tonight.
I like his hat.
Yeah, man, I gotta get one of those.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
If only someone would remember to just get a couple boxes to send them your way. As the green flag run continuing to run its way on out. Some lap traffic starting to trickle its way down in through it. So leaders making their way around that 57 of Endicott. Looks like the 88 of Mike Adamson trying to do that just now as well. But man, Trevor Robertson just absolutely in his own zip code right now. I know we're all racing the same track, but man, this is something totally different here, as he's well and clear by about 4 seconds here, about halfway through this first stage.
Yeah, he's definitely in a race by himself right now, and just up there gauging the distance, taking care of the truck, and maintenance of the gap at this point. That's what he's concerned with.
Well, we're gonna have a stage break, right, at 100 laps.
Yeah, completion of lap 100, I think.
Okay, so here's what you do. Since we know he's so good, I'm on the team that's opposing him. I'm in a fight with them.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my worst driver, kind of like probably you, English, if we were on a team together. And I tell you, you're gonna take out the 64. Okay.
Okay.
In
Yeah,
the next
like a
5
hit
laps.
squad.
Yeah, you're like the goon.
You're the hitman. Yeah,
You're the goon in hockey.
The goon. That's what you call it.
Yeah, so that's what I would do, but I think these people are gentlemen out here on the track right now.
It's the lineman that you pay to fall on the guy's knee. You know,
Yeah. Well, I don't
sideways.
want to hurt the guy. We're
Well,
talking,
I mean,
it's
yeah,
a virtual
you're talking
world
about
here.
wrecking him. I mean,
Well, it's not going to hurt him. He
He
doesn't have to
could get
pay
hurt.
for the car. You know, that's the best thing about iRacing. We don't have to pay to fix the sheet metal on these things.
Yes, sir. As we're taking a look at the driver camera there of Mr. Brayton Laster, the man who loves
Pizza man.
just a little bit, maybe too much. I mean, I enjoy good pizza, but he takes it to a whole nother level.
well, is there really an unhealthy amount of love for
Yeah.
pizza?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not really
It's
sure.
great.
Yes, there is.
I don't think so.
I work at a pizza
Well,
place.
when you
Kinda.
end up being 800 pounds, let me know.
Yeah.
But we also have the clean-shaven Andrew Player out here driving that 18
Well,
machine.
He looks respectable. Yeah.
He does. We're gonna
He
have
doesn't look like a bum like me.
gonna have to ask him what was up with the shaving idea. It's a playoff beard. You got to keep it growing out until you win again. That's how
Yeah,
it
he
goes.
just ruined
Oh,
his luck.
as we
Kelly
had
Keel
a
on the wall.
little bit of smoke there.
Kelly Keel scraping the wall just a little bit in the 01 truck.
And Ricky Wittenberg doing his best trying to creep up that leaderboard. He's back up to 13th. Again, this is all basically through green flag laps and filtering his way through traffic. So Ricky doing pretty good. I mean, he's no slouch. He did get that pole position here during qualifying, so he knows what he's doing at these short tracks.
So where does he have to finish to win money?
First.
Top 10?
Oh,
he has to win.
He's gotta win.
Okay.
What's Ricky doing here? I thought he was at his Florida estate on his 3-month vacation he takes every year.
3 months? My
Well,
goodness. Is he a teacher or something?
No, he's just,
Oh.
he goes to the beach a lot. I like that. He's the beach guy.
Is he one of those beach guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
He probably likes the flip-flops,
Yeah.
hanging out on the beach, drinking something with an umbrella in it, or maybe, I don't know.
Peeing on people's jellyfish stings and
Yes,
you
of
know, he's
course.
just- yeah, you gotta have
do
that guy that
You need one in every squad.
he drink. Look at how much beer that guy's drinking. We're gonna tap him on the shoulder if we get stung by a jellyfish. Hey man, pee on my leg.
It's the All-Star race. We got to have some fun.
Oh, and that we are with this green flag action going on a boot. And it's the 48 of Jack the Ripper Dixon. I'm not trying to draw you back into it, English. I swear to God.
that was awesome.
But the 48 of Jack Dixon trying to hang on to that third position. He's got the 88 of Mike Adamson just hounding on that back door as they're starting to run up on some more lap traffic here. John Gallagher in the Kingsford machine racing right behind the old hot rod. Dave Mayberry in the 29. Ooh, this one's going to be a caution as Albert Anderson goes slipping and sliding down through the turn and ends up getting all spun around.
What the heck happened to Albert? I think he just self-spun.
I think tires are old.
Yeah. He's trying to get power down coming out of turn number 2, is it?
Yeah, coming out of turn number 2, just trying to get that power down and found one of those slick spots and ends up spinning all about. But again, really no contact to be had. The most contact that we've seen here tonight is just a couple people maybe scraping up against the outside wall and the great battle that we saw between Vaught and the 57 of Endicott.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big saver for most of these guys who now they can come down, get their pit stop out of the way. We're past halfway through the stage, so they know they can make it on fuel the rest of the way. So I think it's 4 tires and gas for everybody.
Yeah, and that worked out perfect, honestly, for everybody. Even Albert, he didn't really lose that many spots and didn't really damage his truck. So I'd say that's a win for him right there.
Somebody that didn't take tires, Andrew Player, driver of the 18th truck, I think he was fuel only.
That's what it looks like to me as well.
I don't see how you do that here. He might have just forgot to check his tires, you think?
It might be
his black box.
Well, I wish I was. I could see what their last laps were running before the caution came out, but I don't think they were running too crazy high. Maybe about a second slower. I don't think it was ridiculously, like a huge 2-second gap between what old tires and new tires would look like. But
yeah, he was running 21 seconds.
Oh, okay. So, well,
yeah, 2 seconds off.
Interesting strategy. He just might be trying to make it to the halfway point, so that way he knows he's got all the tires in the world all saved up for that final stage.
Maybe. Interesting.
Yeah, that indeed. As we get all locked and loaded here, ready to head back to the green flag. Only our second caution here of the evening, but we've had enough action to definitely spread the wealth around here. It's a couple of guys trying to just wait for their wave around here to get by the pace truck, and now there goes Albert Anderson to get that wave around. He's going to be back up onto the lead lap. Current only drivers that are at least one lap down: David Kelly, Jonathan Osborne, John Gallagher, Russ Endicott, and Brayton Laster. Laster, mainly due to the fact that he started from the pits and was dealing with some stuff, so he didn't quite make the start, but nonetheless, we get ready to... Oh, did Mayberry have a little bit of an issue there?
Yeah. Mayberry's having a problem during the caution lap.
Yeah, he was trying to catch up to the field here, but nonetheless, we go back to green flag racing with the 64 of Robertson out in front. Greg Klein trying to chase him on down here. He's free and clear of that 18 of Andrew Player. The 53 sneaking his way on through. I think this is where you're going to see all the action right around Andrew Player, as everybody on the new tires are going to try to filter their way on around him. Now here comes the 88 of Mike Adamson. You can see Sean McDonald there as well, trying to pick up the run. Running out of a little bit of room here, and here comes the 01 and Kelly Keel as well, trying to make the run.
Yeah, they're trying to get around Player here, and of course he's on older tires, and they're gonna have to start working the inside line just like McDonald's doing here. Oh, here comes Pope. He's not wasting any time. He's gonna move on the 01 of Keel, try to pass him and Player in the same action, and it looks like he's got it done.
And doing the 2-for-1 special there. Timothy Pope moving his way on up through the field. Now here comes the 3 of Austin Paul as well, trying to filter his way on through. The old tires of the 18 machine. Other than that, everyone seems to have been kind of, because of this, it's kind of spacing out the field a little bit because everyone's having to, wait in line at the drive-thru.
You get effed in the drive-thru sometimes, but
you do
talk about
a
that
lot.
sometimes. Yeah.
And nobody really heard that before. Who hadn't heard that before? That's my saying.
So one of the guys that I work for, he says that all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
thought
only
it was
know one other guy that uses that, and
I thought it was common.
it was you. I told him about it. He's like, how have you not heard that? I'm like, I just told you I've heard it before. You guys use it all the time.
Yeah, luckily I don't use it here with these guys. I
Yeah,
try
you
to
don't.
keep it PG here.
Yeah, I thought about not even mentioning it because
That's okay. Well, you didn't do anything bad.
I
You're
didn't
not gonna
say
get in
it.
trouble.
I didn't say the whole thing.
I'll tell you what is cool about tonight is I like the
Yeah.
paint jobs, man. I like the teams with the Goodweiser does some different things almost every week. Look at Austin
they're
Paul's Goodweiser machine. That's
very,
cool.
very cool paints.
The Vigilante guys too.
And even the Vigilante Force. All doing
Orangutan, yeah. Orangutan, Team Orangutan, which I never understood that. Orangutan.
Well, you know what I think of when I think of Team Orangutan? I think of Dr. Zaius. Remember from Planet of the Apes?
No, I didn't watch that. That's a scary movie, eh?
You've never seen. You don't know.
No,
Dr.
I
Zaius?
refuse to watch them. It scares me. Those things talked.
Ah, come on now.
Braden Laster said he's pitting right now. See what's up with him.
Dr. Zaius is not scary.
Well, I'm looking to see if there's any damage on the 13. Again, he might have that thing going on at home that he's going to have to step away from here once again and deal with it. Or maybe he wanted to just change up pit strategy and kind of separate things even more. But whatever works for whoever it works for is that's kind of the way it goes here. Is Trevor Robertson out in front, getting that gap back up well over a second already. Greg Klein trying to lead the charge here in second right now with the 53 of Jeremiah Burke and the 88 of Mike Adamson in tow. Great battle here between the three of Austin Paul and teammate 48 Jack the Ripper Dixon going side by side here.
I had a weird thing happen at work today. I was getting ready to leave. My boss walked up and he threw 2 tickets on the table. He's like, "You want to go this night?" And it was Alice Cooper.
Why didn't you go? Alice Cooper?
Well, I'd rather be here with you guys.
Oh my! You gave Alice Cooper up for us, man. That's a solid move.
7:30 tonight.
Look at you.
They're an hour in almost. Yeah. I was like, nah, man, give them to somebody else. So I said, find some of the regular customers and give it to them. That would make their day. It's me and one of the other brewers. We couldn't go. Find a regular, somebody that's been here a bunch, give it to them. Yeah, Alice Cooper played downtown. I think he played at the, he's playing at the Municipal Auditorium, which means, there's not a bad seat in the house. They're all kind of close up almost, because it's real steep seating, you know what I mean? That's where they had the hayride and stuff back in the day.
Yeah, pretty cool place. Historical venue.
Very cool place. Oh, contact between the 57 and the 84.
Oh,
Still going on.
Boy, yeah, man, the 87's going to need the ambulance for that one, but we're going to stay green flag racing here. Looks like the 123, I think, getting involved in it as well. Let's go ahead and watch what happens with the 84 and the 57.
The 57 hit that part of the wall that kind of curves out.
And it looks like he was just kind of drifting up the track, and the 84 trying to get off of him there.
He's a ambulance.
Oh, man, goodness night.
He did.
Oh, that is something that I'm sure NASCAR has replaced here and put a solid wall, because that's dangerous how that wall is angled like that. And poor John Gallagher, he experienced probably 87 G's in that impact.
Man, I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys race. in the NASCAR series. So cool. What a cool story to bring this track back to life. And it all really, I just saw a documentary on it. A lot of it started right here with iRacing. Is really one of the main things why that track is back in real life. So iRacing has done some cool stuff with NASCAR that mattered.
Very nice.
Is that your Borat guy right there?
Huh?
Your Borat impression?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just
Sounded like him.
agreeing with what you said.
Rough crowd
Man, we're
tonight.
I tell you what, lots and lots of green flag action here tonight. I did not predict that we'd be this far in and only have what, one caution?
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
Two?
me and
Two cautions?
yeah, two cautions. I mean, me and Turner were hopped up into one of those spy balloons here on Monday night to watch the qualifier, and it did not look anything like this. I'll tell you
No,
that.
it was a little uglier, but you got to give it to them. They were really trying to race hard to get into this race, and
Oh yeah.
I think we're going to see a little bit more contact at the back end of this race, probably, just because people are going to want to, win the thing. But right now, they're really, really good racing.
Well, here in about 15 laps or so, we're going to have a stage break, and everybody's going to be stacked back up on top of each other again.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be another restart.
And that indeed, but here's a race to watch out for between the 84 and the 29, Bittner versus Mayberry. Who's going to get the lucky dog here? As they are pretty close. They're basically nose to tail, racing for that first car one lap down position.
See who's going to get turned.
Earned and learned.
Might happen here.
So I'm assuming at the current track setup, they do have a safer barrier, unlike what we got here at the hard
I
wall.
bet they probably do.
They would have to, right?
Well, they could keep the cement. They just need to shore up some of those angles, I think.
Yeah, I wish they would keep the stripes. I don't know if they did keep the stripes, but
I have no idea.
I'm just glad it's back, to be honest with you. Pretty neat.
And I've heard that the same people that secured the funding to bring back North Wilkesboro they've also secured the funds to bring back Rockingham. So I think Rockingham is going to be on the schedule. Is that going to be a race next year?
Yeah, I got a feeling it'll probably be next year.
AllStar race next year.
I think they might be doing like the Friday Night Lights stuff here right now, but I think I don't know if it'll be the AllStar race or what, but
okay.
Pretty sure NASCAR will end up there at some point next year.
Gotcha.
We got two wide racing quite a bit up here.
Hey, you ain't kidding. To 14, Dustin Eaton on the move, cracking up into that top 10, making his way around the outside of the 48 of Jack the Ripper Dixon. 53, Jeremiah Burke with 88, Mike Adamson. Former teammates racing against each other here as tries to chase him on down. You got Albert Anderson now tucked back in a line. He's got the 33 of Jess Vaught coming up behind him here as well.
I just found out today that I'm allergic to rutabaga.
Oh man, that's a terrible thing.
I don't think I've ever eaten a rutabaga, so I don't think it would affect me.
Do you get the hives? I wonder if he gets the hives. That might be how he found out.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's you never know until you find out. That's the crazy thing about allergies, right? You don't know you're allergic until you almost die.
Yeah, well, that's why it's good to have one of those EpiPen things somewhere handy.
As racing for for that final lucky dog spot continues to play out here between the 84 of Bittner and the 29 of Mayberry. Mayberry trying his best to figure out a way to get around the 84, but he's losing some time right now as the 01 Kelly Keel kind of plays a little spoiler action up there.
Yeah, they're having some fun for sure. Let's see who's slow right there. Looks like Gallagher's truck looks like it's pushing a little bit, and Pope, Adamson, Gallagher. What a little gaggle of cars, like you'd say. Burke is right there.
Yep, trying to filter around some of that, filter around some lap traffic there. As we're a couple laps shy of that halfway point where we will throw out a caution and get all of these things all re-ranked and stacked. 3 and the 14 going side by side. Jonathan Osborne hanging around up there in the 17th spot right now. Coming back down across the line. So just 2 more laps and we'll see that caution flag wave. We got the 23 of McDonald going side by side here with the 88 of Adamson. And look who's right there in 7th, creeping his way back on up. 55, Ricky Wittenberg. Ooh, there we go. Mate, he's up well past halfway through this field, and we're about halfway through this race. So I think Ricky, he's got a chance at some of that extra money here tonight.
Yeah, he does. He's got some work cut out for him. Tell you who's put some work in is Dave Mayberry, the nickname. His truck looks like it's got 30 whiskey dents on it. Looks like my neighbor's truck. And oh, there's the caution.
And there is the stage. Trevor Robertson, your winner of the stage, but it doesn't mean nothing other than the fact that he's done a heck of a job racing up here at the front so far. Greg Klein, Jeremiah Burke, Timothy Pope, and Mike Adamson make up your top 5. Dustin Eaton hanging on to a top 10 spot there in 9th. Same thing with the 3 of Austin Paul in 10th. Jack Dixon, Albert Anderson, Jess Vaught got a little bit of work left to do, just trying to fight back from a earlier incident that he had back there on, what was it, like lap 2 or something like that, as he tries to get his way back on up through the field. As yeah, sorry, got distracted there because realized English rutabaga, and we got people texting us into the chat saying, Jan the Man saying, man, I wish Monday we would have had a long green flag run. And Lofi Evans said he got the shot. Chandler also saying, I feel like I'm a part of the Days of Thunder movie, just sitting on the sidelines. We know that feeling. Dustin Wade saying that he really didn't have any green flag runs on Monday. Lofi Evans saying, or Earl saying someone went to the shadow zone. Adam Strom tuning in saying, howdy fellas, how's everybody doing? We're doing pretty dang good. Earl, that's up to you there, buddy. Technically the caution flag did wave, so that's up to you. And Chan the Man saying, wow, Trevor is running qualifying laps out there. Well, that indeed he is, as we slowly make our way here under caution, and we can actually talk to the 72 machine of Mr. Shan the Man, deciding to do a little bit of spotting action for his teammates up there over at Goodweiser. And man, you got one of your drivers up there running pretty dang good. I don't think you're doing too much work for him.
No. I mean, I didn't get to qualify for this race, and I was trying to run his line on Monday, so I'm just glad that he got in it. But I knew he was going to be fast. Really, I didn't think he was going to be this fast, so it just looks like he's just qualifying out there. So that's pretty good for him. And then Austin and Jack are doing pretty good right now too. They're running right up in the top 10. So it's fun to watch them. And so far, it hasn't been as chaotic as Monday's was. So far, it's been pretty relatively calm.
Well, as kind of the spotter crew chief of the team, since you're not in the race, which one of the guys do you pick to turn the number 64? Because that's kind of how I would do it. We just gonna take him out of the race.
Oh, I heard your plan. Trevor laughed at your plan. He laughed at it. He said you're gonna have to catch him first. But
yeah, that's true.
But no, hopefully maybe if something happens, maybe Austin and Jackie maybe get up to second and third, and we get a good
There you
wiser
go.
1, 2, 3, hopefully. But we'll see. It's just luck of the draw, and I just know hopefully Trevor takes this all the way home. He's been running clean laps, keeping that truck clean, getting around
Yeah.
traffic, so he's doing good. And
They got to
Hopefully
run
it's
blocker
victory.
for him. They got to run blocker for him then.
yeah, if I was out there, I definitely would be running blockers on a couple of guys out there. I can tell you that for now.
Indeed. Well, man, bummer you weren't quite able to make it on in, but hey, man, good for you for jumping on in there and rooting on your teammates and watching this fantastic all-star race that we got going on out here. Go ahead, go back there and sit back and enjoy it. I know Austin probably could use some help spotting as he's stuck in kind of the thick of it. Same thing with old Jack Dixon there, man, but can look forward to getting you guys back out here in action and driving again, starting back up next week.
Yep, that's 10-4. I'm here to do work, so that's what I'm going to help him do with now. Take care, guys.
As we head on back to the green flag with the 64 of Robertson out in front, getting the jump on the restart. The 27, Timothy Pope, driving like a man possessed. Oh, he's meeting up with the 92 of Greg Klein. He's someone that you don't want to be messing with, especially with money on the line. He'll just climb you right up into the wall, but the 27 able to sneak on by without too much of an incident. And now this is where Trevor's been here for a while. I know he took a little bit of a break for a season, but he knows who that 27 driver is in Timothy Pope and how good he is. He's not trying to let that 27 by at all, because Tim Pope, when he gets the lead, he almost never gives it back up. We also got some great side-by-side action going on here between the 23 and the 88. The 88 holding on to that position for now, but going to start to run into kind of a little bit of an accordion, checking up down there into turns 3 and 4. Ricky Wittenberg now up to 8th, racing against Kelly Keel here, trying to sneak up underneath on that bottom side. Looks like he scraped against that outside wall 1 or 2 times.
Man,
No,
what you got there, English? I didn't know
was
you were
gonna say-
back.
no, I was here.
Oh.
I was gonna say the number on Pope's machine might be different, but everybody knows who's behind the wheel of that thing. They see his
Did he-
name pop up in the relative down in that little black box.
Did he do the wrong number thing?
No, because he
No,
changed
he
teams,
changed
he
his number.
changed numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what gets confusing. Robertson's on the Goodweiser team. I had that all screwed up. But look at Greg Klein. He's the one that might give him the chrome horn. I don't condone any of this action right here. I wouldn't.
The hell you don't.
No, I don't. I shouldn't have said anything, because if somebody does it, then they're going to blame it on me. I just thought
Adam
he'd
said
run
to
away
do
with
it.
it. Yeah, I thought Trevor would run away with it. He may still, but Pope, he might have been sandbagging a little bit in that first half.
Well, I think it was one of those typical Timothy Pope, not just didn't really qualify I can't say all that well. I mean, he qualified up there in the top 10, but some people just don't qualify well, but they run really good throughout the race, find their rhythm, and that's exactly what Pope has done here. It's a 23 and the 01 battle side by side right in front of Ricky Wittenberg here.
Josh Kelleher, he said, "What up, AAA? What up with yourself there, bud?" Lofi Evans, Earl says, "All the interviews have been guys from Louisville. Is that right?"
Well, no, Earl's
Has been.
from Florida.
Well, he lives in Florida. He might be from Louisville. I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
I
Albert
I lost-
Anderson's pop is here.
Good.
Saying, go get him, Albert. Wade's World. Dustin Wade's in. Yeah, he's running 19.5. Way faster than everybody else currently.
Well, I have iRacing issues. I'm going to have to jump back in. So while I do that, I'll get under the hood of this thing, Rutabaga.
Oh, mercy. Technical difficulties for a broadcaster again.
Who would ever thunk? Meanwhile, the 01 Akil and 23 McDonald continue their side-by-side battle. A couple rows back. Got Dustin Eaton trying to hold up that 3 of Austin Paul and the 33 of Jess Vaught. Some great racing action going on from these guys and having a good old blast. But of course, any side-by-side action, it's just some fun action to watch because this track allows for it. I mean, it's wide enough that you got, really 2.5 of good usable lanes. You could make 3 if you were desperate. But, the high side gets that little bit of a run coming out of the corner, but the short way around the track is on that bottom side. So it's fun to see these guys when they're side-by-side like this.
Sure it is, man. This is the nature of, really cool short track racing. And we have seen them try to go 3 wide a couple of times just, because you got some slower lap cars mixed up in there. But it never really did go 3 wide, like through a whole set of turns or anything, so can't really call it sustained 3 wide racing. But yeah, there's been some nervous moments out there that made me wonder if they were going to make it in there or make it out of that situation or not. I hope Adam gets his computer fixed. He's racing on or he's watching the racing on an old Packard Bell 386 from about 1991.
Hey, you joke about that. You'll never believe what I got down in my basement, man.
You got one?
I got an old Macintosh V1.
Oh my god!
That's
like a Tandy 1000. It'd be worth a lot of money now, probably.
Probably, and you know what? All it does is billing info and prints out onto a dot matrix printer.
There you go. That and Commodore 64. A buddy of mine had one of those in high school. And I'd go over to his house and he'd show me this game that was like an artillery game, where you enter a X and a Y, and it would shoot and it would blow up.
Almost some contact there between the 53 and the 23. I think the 23 got a little loose, had to lift off the brake, realize, I'm running a little too fast, I might run into the 53, so he had to get back onto it real quick as Jonathan Osborne making some green flag pit stops down there. 23 of McDonald, though, still running 2x2 with that 53 of Jeremiah Burke. That is not what you want to do if you're trying to save tires, I'll tell you that.
No. Yeah, the whole time you're doing that, racing somebody like that, side by side, you're really pushing those tires to the limit, trying to take that position from the other guy. What they really should do is, one of the guys should lift and just follow in behind each other and save tires and try to run in the same line. But these are competitors, right?
Yes, they are, Dave. Mayberry coming on down into pit road, doing some green flag pit stops. Looks like his was just a little fuel-only thing. He also stayed on out because of Lucky Dog and getting wave rounds and all that. So he stayed out. So that stop does kind of make a little bit of sense as the 48 and the 14 go side by side. Looks like the 48 will, at the time, win that battle. Is the 14 going to try to do a little cross-up? No, he's just going to tuck right back in a line right there. As the 53, man, that 53 and the 23.
They're still side by side.
And they're going 3 wide there.
Oh, wow.
Brayton Laster getting stuck up against the wall. Thankfully, they're able to navigate that situation. Goodness. And they're still 2 wide.
Josh Kelleher says, who else is in the booth? Oh, we had Earl Evans up here for a little bit.
Yeah, and then Shane the Man for a minute.
Yeah, Shane the Man.
Oh, even more 3 wide. Thankfully, it looks like they were able to figure out a way out of it here. Is Ricky Wittenberg trying to fight his way back up? He's kind of stalled out a little bit. He's gotten back up to 8th, but it's a slow process now as the 01 of Kelly Keel scraping the outside wall just a little bit, and we continue to race under green flag here. Lap 134 out of 200. Timothy Pope, out in front of that 64 Robertson. Robertson not letting Pope go whatsoever. So that's definitely good to see.
I was going to say, if Josh Kelleher is in the Discord. Wouldn't mind talking to him. Not sure he's in the Discord.
Oh,
at the
Sean
moment.
McDonald.
Oh no, Sean McDonald.
Oh man, and he gets octopused. Oh, that's gonna be a long tow time for the
Yeah, he has to tow there.
23 machine.
That guardrail just grabbed him, and you can't back out of it. You can't do anything. You just have to tow.
Trying to see exactly what happened to him here. And
Jonathan Osborne is apologizing on the radio to him.
oh, he did. Yeah, Osborne got into the back of him just a little bit and got him a little squirrely. It looked like the 81 coming up with a big run. Just gets into the back of the 23 machine, and man, he was. It's one of those. It's so difficult to get these trucks from loose back to a stable state, and he was trying his best. Problem is, he ran out of room, hit the grass, which is like ice, and man, those guardrails are very unforgiving, and ends up getting stuck up underneath there.
Kind of scary how you get hung up like that, and you don't move. It just wags back and forth. That's
All right, I got it running, guys.
You know what?
I got it running. I had to kick it and do all this stuff.
The computer?
Yeah, you know.
Did you change the oil in it? And
Yeah, I got it under the hood.
is yours a 2-stroke?
I'm not sure what it is. I think it's only running on one cylinder now.
Yeah, that's what it is. You didn't put the oil in the gas to mix it up.
No, you got to do the mix. It's 50-50. I did 70-30, and I think it screwed it up.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Just might be your spark. Check your spark gap in the morning. Just stick a filler gauge in it. Check your spark gap.
I'll check that. Yeah,
you know those old Packard bells. You know they got a little bit wider spark gap because they used to have a hotter coil on them. I think that's what it. I think.
Can I get the test kit over at Harbor Freight?
Well, you can, but you need a dwell tachometer too. You got to set your dwell degrees on those old Packard bells. Josh says he's not in the VRL Discord. That's all right. We'll catch up with you another time. Love talking to the drivers. He's one of those drivers that he might race in one league, but he watches the other leagues too. Crossover. Love talking to all our fans out there.
Yeah. I do too.
Especially the guys that drive in the leagues, man. They got a lot of insight. Jasmine's with us, saying hi. So, hi, Jasmine. Thank you for joining us here for this Vigilante Racing League All-Star race, which has really been a green flag treat to watch, really. Tons and tons of green flag laps run here so far tonight. We are 146 laps into this thing.
Three quarters.
Incredible.
3/4 of the way on through. Tim Pope out in front with a close 64 of Trevor Robertson there in second. Greg Klein, Mike Adamson, Jeremiah Burke make up your current top 5. Jess Vaught continuing to fight his way back up to the front as we try to get back on up here after his lap 2 incident that dropped him to the tail end of the field. He's now right behind the 23, Sean McDonald, who's got some work ahead of him as well after his long pit. John Gallagher, speaking of pits, has been in the pits for a little bit. Maybe he's firing up the old grill and lighting up some of that charcoal.
That's a good place to be when you're firing up that charcoal. 57 said he's pitting in.
That's Rutabaga.
That's Earl Evans. Two
Again.
rutabagas. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Did you see what Albert Anderson's pop said?
Yeah, I just did.
That's pretty good.
Albert Anderson saying, "Welcome back, Adam. Next time, don't forget to feed the hamster that's generating your electricity, man. You ain't kidding. Gotta feed them hamsters."
Honestly, you got to, because you need hamsters, and you're gonna have to find your own type of energy when the aliens come anyway. So I'm working on all that. I do a little prep, and so hamsters will work. And also a little solar power maybe, and some wind generation, just for personal use. I don't believe in the grid. You know, the grid it's dangerous. It could go down at any moment.
As we're closing in on about 50 laps to go here, Adam, most of these guys all pitting during the stage competition caution. When do you think they're going to come back down and in? Because, I mean, it's been a pretty good green flag run that they've been on now, about 50 laps. I'm sure their tires are feeling it. Well, not really. I mean, like Greg Klein, his fastest lap of the race in total is a 19-second flat, and his last lap was a 19.76. So it's not like they're dying out there.
Well, and if you're up front, I think you're going to wait until the very last minute. Ooh, Endicott just hit the wall. I heard that. That was ugly. If you're up front, probably just keep pushing it. Wait for Timothy Pope to kind of make his move down. If I'm kind of in the back and I'm losing time, I might come in pit a little earlier. But with 200 laps, this will be your last set of tires most likely. So you're going to have to make this last one count, even with one green-white checker in place. It's a good question, though, Brown.
Yeah, it is. I mean, are you gonna be the influencer here? As there we go. There's our answer. 53. Jeremiah Burke diving on down into pit road, going against the grain, and is going to make the first green flag pit stop here out of one of these guys driving for position. So now the question is, who's going to look at that and follow suit, or who's still planning on just running their own little strategy here? As the 18 Andrew Player just eases right on by the 55 Ricky Wittenberg. Looks like Ricky is dealing with a tight race car right now. He's got Brayton Laster up underneath him here as well. So even if he wanted to drop down to the pit lane, he just quite can't make it.
There's no quitting Ricky Wittenberg though, man. That guy is he's been hanging with it all night.
88 of Adamson now coming on down.
Yeah, some of these guys plan their pit. Like, they will stick to their plan. Then you got guys that have, like, a feel. They'll just go on the feel. Yeah. Just Fott is coming down, so we'll see what happens with the rest of his team.
And meanwhile, while all this action is going on, Greg Klein's coming on down. Same thing with Kelly Keel. Don't go into the real estate game without a plan, and get yourself a good quality realtor from Blue Fox Properties, and give Dave Mayberry a call at 520-850-4189 and let his 18 years of experience help you on out, because this housing market is absolutely crazy. Get yourself a good quality realtor today, as we got traffic coming on out of the pit road. That got a little tight there for a split second, but everyone's A-OK. 329 Albert Anderson squeezing on underneath the 55 of Ricky. Now here comes that 53 of Jeremiah Burke doing the same thing.
Well, these guys do have two fast repairs. I mean, I'm not sure most of these guys are going to use even one. I mean, it's been fairly clean out here so far for a short track race. Is it because these guys got so much practice and the mock race on Monday was so clean?
No, I don't think it was because of that. I think it's because it's a short track, and you can beat these trucks up, and they can take a good beat, and as long as you don't damage that engine here, this short track, you don't need any sheet metal at all. So.
Get close to 120 miles an hour, though. I mean, it's not like they're going slow.
No, it's fast.
They're still getting some speed up.
It's definitely fast and fun. America's driver, Albert Anderson, just talking about he's coming down, so he'll come down on lap 162.
And we did
163.
We did see Trevor Robertson come on down into the pit. So Timothy Pope still hanging around out there. Same thing with the 18 at Andrew Player, Ricky Wittenberg, and Jack Dixon. Some of our last few holdouts. David Kelly in the 49. Man, we haven't talked about him at all here this evening. But he's still out there running strong. I mean, we started here tonight with 21 drivers, and technically we still have John Gallagher out there. I think he's just maybe stepped away for a break or something. Oh, speaking of the 49 of Kelly, we go ahead and watch him as he handles a super loose race truck down there. And here comes Timothy Pope down onto pit road.
So here we go, guys, making that last money stop here. And he who hath the latest pit strategy shall hath the freshest tires at the end. I don't know if...
What was that? Was that some kind of...
I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
Leave me
I
alone.
don't either.
But yeah, the later you can pit, the more you can stand it, running on old tires. You're going to have great ones towards the end here. So as long as they get great track position, I mean...
Oh! Mayberry into the wall.
Caution!
And that's going to bring out the caution flag, and there's going to be some grumpy people down there in the pits. And also some people that maybe stayed out just long enough, as Andrew Player is going to hold on to the lead for the time being, and he's getting basically a freebie pit stop here as we get ready to get back to green flag in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and watch what happened with that 48 of Jack the Ripper Dixon here. No, it was not. It wasn't Jack. It was Dave Mayberry.
Boy, I've done what he just did a million times when I first started running this track, and right there as you come out of 4, if you start putting power down, it can get real slick on you, and that's what it did look like, right?
Man, it looks like that wall wasn't fully set, full of concrete either, because he got octopus grabbed by the outside pit wall there.
I wish they'd change that. That's just a little hiccup in the simulator. But it is a simulation. It's not a video game.
Yeah. He's trying to get the power down and just came right around on him. Well, here comes the rest of the guys that didn't get to pit already yet. They're going to suffer in the track position department, but they're going to have the best tires out there from now on. So these guys are going to restart with about 28 laps to go, 26 laps to go, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, something right around there. And someone who's probably keeping track of all the names and, well, never mind. Problem with creating Discord channels, sometimes permissions get passed. I was going to say, let's go ahead and talk with Greg Dobson, but can't pull Greg on up here as he's sitting there spotting for his teammate there, the 88 of Mike Adamson in Platinum Racing.
Oh, man.
Why can't we pull him up? Did Zuckerberg do something?
If he jumps into the podium channel, we can talk to him.
Zuckerberg did this, didn't he? I'll tell you what, I'm about tired of this fella. He needs to go surfing out there again with that. You see him when he went surfing that one time? I wish a great white would just.
Who?
Zuckerberg. He went surfing. You never seen the iconic picture of him? He looked like an alien.
No.
He went surfing. No shark ate him though. Should have taken him out. World would have been a better place.
Oh my goodness!
What? I'm just saying.
Also, let's talk about heartbreak here for a second. As with this caution coming out, that traps at a driver with all the stuff in the world riding on it. 55, Ricky Wittenberg, trapped a lap down due to when he hit his pit stop and when the yellow flag came out. So,
oh no!
Oh, Ricky, he's going to need a couple more cautions, and I'm sure that's what he's going to be praying for here.
Alan, he can battle Dustin Eaton, Dustin with the Y there, for the lucky dog.
He's also battling Jonathan Osborne and Josh Bittner here. As we go back to green flag racing side by side, Trevor Robertson and Greg Klein. Robertson wasting no time down there on that bottom side. I wonder why, because Greg was holding, I think was Greg holding the lead and elected to go to the outside. I don't know what's going on with the 92 there, but 64 squeezes right on through on that bottom side. Oh, contact, 53 going around.
Wow, that's a big one.
Wow.
Oh, the
That's the
18
big one.
up on his roof. You got the 33 of Vought going for a slide.
Endicott.
That's the
Wittenberg.
big one. Oh yeah,
Burke.
that was fun
Burke's
right
truck
there.
is tore up, boy.
Oh,
Oh, Russ Endicott is not happy.
no, he's not.
Oh, looked like the 33 just drifting up the track just a little bit into the 53, which gets him all loosey-goosey and spun about and just nowhere to go for the 18. And then Ricky Wittenberg there in the 55. Ah, man, just absolutely plowed. Same thing with the 84 down into the 53. And you can see there the 18 just going for a tumble spin up onto his roof. The 57 getting into the into Ricky Wittenberg there. And then
Well,
just everyone trying to shuffle on through the madness there.
I think
this is the All-Star race. Do you think, Adam, do you think the rules are a little bit more lax? I mean,
yeah, they're having fun.
they're going to let them
Russ-
talk a little bit more crap on the radio.
They was and they I don't think Burke and Russ had something different going on. They didn't really.
Yeah, probably.
It wasn't part of the crash.
It might not have
Bidner.
been sarcasm, but it sure sounded like it.
It was. It
I was hoping
fun.
it was.
Bidner is spraying for mosquitoes here as he comes
Uh-oh.
into the pits. So he's
Oh, I think his motor blew.
definitely, if you look at it.
It's not
Hopefully-
smoking anymore on my screen.
All right. Well, then he's
He
good
might
to
be
go.
dead.
Well, yeah, I had rewound, so a little behind.
You please be
I'm-
kind
I'm-
and rewind. You're that
I'm
guy.
caught up. I'm caught up, but yeah, he was definitely got his fast repair, one of the two, in.
Oh,
Be kind, rewind. Nobody remembers that. That was Blockbuster.
that it was. We
Remember when they charge you if you didn't rewind it? They charge you like $1 or something.
I know, man. I love those because that was back in like the old like original Xbox days. You go down there, pick up a game for a week, be like, yeah, man, I really like it. So then you'd rent it again, and then eventually you beat the game. You're like, oh, okay, I'm done with it. And then you hand it back, and then you pick out a new game, and you play that one for a bit.
I never rented any games from Blockbuster. I know we rented a lot of tapes from there, and my dad bought a tape rewinder because he said, when you rewind the VCR tape in the VCR, it wears it out. So
You get the rewinder.
you got to get a rewinder. So when you're done watching the movie, you put it in a separate thing
Yeah.
to rewind the tape. I just never understood.
I'm
that.
willing to bet I could go find ours right now.
I bet you have one. So everybody had one.
My
I've seen them
dad
at
still
thrift
has his.
stores. I've seen them at thrift stores.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny now thinking back. Like, man,
It's like people actually made a separate
how rudimentary were we back then?
to rewind a tape. That's
I-
ridiculous.
Remember when the Walkman came out? The cassette tape Walkman.
I had a Walkman.
Yeah, that was cool.
I had a Walkman, but I had the Walkman that had AM, FM, and it had the presets and stuff on it.
You,
Yeah, it
were,
was fancy, man.
you were fancy down there in San Antonio area. You were probably the
Man, it was,
cock of the walk.
I
Big
don't
time.
remember what it cost, but
Must have been a Christmas present or something.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
Because they were expensive back then, those things. Well,
It might have been a Christmas thing. I don't know.
probably was. Her birthday.
Sure.
Here we go. Brown. Dock this guy. You
Yeah.
got to dock.
What?
Dock and pay. You keep doing the Canadian voice.
That's not Canadian. Pace truck is down with green flag.
That it is here with the 64 and the 92 going side by side. 64 with a great restart. That's allowing the 27 to get up underneath the 92 of Greg Klein for some side-by-side battle. And here, under 20 laps to go at North Wilkesboro in this all-star race here. The 64 getting free and clear of the chaos as side-by-side action happens throughout this entire field. Albert Anderson going side-by-side with the 18 and the 3. Thankfully, the 18 during his flip was able to get back up onto his wheels without too much of a problem there, so he's able to drive down to the pits to get the repairs that he needed as the 88 goes side by side with the 27 going racing here with just a few laps left. Trevor Robertson running the fastest lap of the race here, running it late, which is absolutely good for him if he wants to try to run away and pick up a win here tonight. The 329 Albert Anderson sneaking his bumper up underneath the 3 of Austin Paul now as well, with the 18 of Andrew Player still hanging about. But Ricky Wittenberg still stuck down there in the pits. I got a feeling he might be calling it an evening here as the green flag action continues to roll on.
Jonathan Osborne is the only truck 1 lap down right now. So if we do get a caution here, Jonathan's not racing anybody right now. He is the only truck 1 lap down.
That's not a terrible place to be.
It's not
here
a bad
short
spot
track.
to be.
Yeah.
You're right.
Short track like this.
So he can just, mind his P's and Q's and keep his truck clean. And
Tell you something
get
interesting.
past
Jeremiah Burke is having some connection issues.
Uh-oh.
He's been blinking quite a bit, and
I
on
saw
my
him
screen.
blinking early in the race. I saw him blink a few times.
It could always be my computer too, so I have to double check with y'all.
No, I
It's
saw him
his.
blinking too. Yeah.
Alright.
Let me see what his ping is.
He's looking fine right now, but he just
Yeah,
randomly.
his quality's way low. He's in the
Okay.
yellow.
That's kind of a problem when you're iRacing. Hey, that's part of it.
Yeah.
His ping is high and his quality.
Oh,
low,
Dave
so-
Mayberry.
Oh, big wreck.
Uh-oh.
Dave Mayberry down the front stretch collecting Sean McDonald, David Kelly, John Osborne, and Brayton Laster out of that as well. It's kind of, ooh, boy.
Osborne
McDonald.
was involved, so he's not going to be eligible
Oh, that sucks.
for Lucky
That's good.
Dog, I think.
McDonald called it a night right out. He just disconnected. I don't know.
He gone.
Well, it looks like Mayberry did this. Did he do the same thing?
He did the self spin, but the secondary incident happened up alongside the outside wall there. Man, just kind of
Oh man,
some
Dave.
bad luck there, and especially for Sean McDonald, just nothing really he could do. Gets snagged up inside of it as well.
Dave Mayberry put like the 400th whiskey dent on his truck. If you look at the back end of that thing, none shall pass, except you can barely read it because it's got so much damage on the back of the thing.
Yeah, it's the knight from the Monty Python movie, the Monty Python, the Holy Grail. Remember the brave knight that none shall pass, and he got his limbs all chopped off.
Yeah.
It's only a flesh wound.
Yes, I remember. Kind of like the turn it up to 11 Spinal Tap we were going on the other day. I
Sure.
remember all the cool stuff.
All the satirical stuff that we used to watch, and it was fun, and nobody got offended. And
Yeah.
showed it today, people would say, my feelings. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm tired of feelings. I don't care about anybody's feelings. I mean, I want everybody to be happy. I love everybody. I don't care who you are or what you do. Just don't try to shove something down my
Sure, yeah.
throat. Do your
I
own
hope-
thing.
I just hope Earl's okay because
No, yeah, he's only done
he's on
6.
shot number 6.
He's fine. Yeah, he's a pro. I mean, I'm assuming. I think
Well,
he's fine. 6?
Well, Alan Brown has the camera access to Earl.
How's he looking? Is he all right?
He's looking all right.
Yeah,
He's alive.
check.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes it is difficult because sometimes people are just old. They're tired. It's getting late.
I don't think Earl's any older than us.
No,
think-
he's not older
If
than me.
anything, we're probably
Older than
close to
him.
the same age.
No, he looks like a young gentleman.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, another cool thing about, I know we talk about paints all the time, but I
Sure.
want to tell all these guys out here, thank you, because I would say 80% of the trucks have some kind of AAA broadcast and logo on their
Oh yeah.
truck. So I think that's really cool, and that's nice of them to do that.
Be good feels.
Yeah.
Man. Speaking of feeling good, we're going to go back to green flag racing here. 6 laps to go with the 27 in the 64. Starting things off here up at the front side by side. The 27 looks like he's been shot out of a gun, but the 64 machine's hanging tough there with him. They're going to remain side by side battling for this race lead. Neither one getting a little bit of an advantage, maybe a little bit of a door tap there as well, as the 64 and that 27 continue to hammer it on out. The 88 trying to come up and play spoiler here with the 92 of Greg Klein right there in tow. Some fantastic racing action here in the closing stage of this race. 5 laps now to go, 4 laps as soon as they come back down and cross that line.
Can't wait till next week, guys. We got Charlotte coming up on the schedule. We're going to talk to these guys here in just a few minutes when this race finishes here in just a couple of short laps about what they think about the quad oval at Charlotte.
That indeed. Robertson not giving up on that inside lane. Contact in the 27 goes around. He's able to save it, but he loses a few positions, and the 33 with nowhere to go gets squeezed. We're having ourselves a green-white checker finish here tonight at the All-Star race.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, man.
That was a little different. I have to see what happened there.
We only have one attempt here in Vigilante Racing League at a green-white checker, so
Yeah.
this is for all the marbles, guys. What you got there on the replay there, Brown?
It was some good door-to-door contact between the 64 and the 27, and then I think Netcode took over just a little bit and sent the 27 bumper started to go around. He was able to save it, though. That really wasn't the problem. The problem was the 33 having to try to check up mid-corner, gets into the back of the 27. You know how sometimes these trucks, man, they're like magnets. You can't
check up in time.
You can't separate them. And the 27, 33, the 3 getting snagged up. The 3 goes sideways across the track. The 18's just along for the ride down into the grass and into the inside fence.
Brown, we saw this Monday, did we not? Those two were racing, just having a good battle right there, and they did door each other. But did you see how Pope's truck got kicked out? That was a total netcode move there, where it kicked Pope loose. That's a shame to see that happen there. Crazy.
Well, the caution will get everybody sorted back into their positions. And we're going to stack it up, rack and stack back 2 by 2.
Yeah.
Did anybody? Oh, Jonathan Osborne is back on the lead lap now. So, Chachi in the 81 has got a shot. At least maybe trying to get a top 10 here. Maybe a little better.
Yeah, he was able to stay out of the problem, so maybe creeping up on that leaderboard. Of course, all these drivers have to do is race around 1 lap, take that white flag, and it's only about 20 seconds. So I think these guys will be able to at least get to the white flag. And when that happens, man, hammer down, let it all free, because no more cautions at that point. You're just racing till you get across that line once again.
Burn them up, dude. That's why you got that set of tires on there. Burn the hell out of them.
And Mike Evers joining us over there in the chat saying, go get this, Trevor. Man, he has definitely been one of the ones to beat here all race long. It's been fantastic to watch. Waze World saying, no, player on his top on one of those last cautions as player was flipping down the straightaway. Earl counting out the shots. Well, if he can still count, that means he's still good. And Chan the man saying, man, that was net code all the way on that one. That was that was unfortunate, because that was some really good side-by-side door banging action that we love at these shorter tracks. As we go back to green flag racing with this green-white checker finish, the 64 out in front. The 88 started to his outside. The 92 trying to squeeze up there on the inside of him. Not quite able to get the run coming out of the corner. So Adamson's going to hold on to that line. Moving down low with a late dive down underneath the 64 Robertson, but the Robertson getting the run out of the corner. Oh, and contact made between the 88 and the 64.
Oh,
that's going to send them on
goodness.
around. Of course, this is after the white flag had waved, so now the 92 trying to run away from the 329 of Albert Anderson. The 01 of Kelly Keel getting squeezed up in there by the 53 of Jeremiah Burke as well, but the 92 is going to come across the line, and it's going to be Jeremiah Burke backwards crossing to close out that podium.
What just happened?
Yes.
What happened?
Trevor Robertson.
Oh my!
I thought he had it in hand there,
Oh
and
goodness!
we had an incident there.
As we watch the replay here of the white coming to the white flag and then just diving on down. Why did that was weird. I don't know why the end results popped on up, but either way, and it looks like the 88 was trying to get the nose up underneath the 64. Well, he did. The problem was he just sent it in a little too hard, and the 64 gets sent up into the outside wall, taking the 88 with him, and that causes an absolute cluster up there, up against the outside wall. Jess Vaught getting collected up in it as well. Meanwhile, back here, Greg Klein trying to run away from the 329, and you can just see the 53 of Jeremiah Burke sending it down into the back of the 01 of Kelly Keel, just full sending it, and Albert gets kind of squeezed up the racetrack there, gets a little loose. Same thing with the 01 of Kelly, as the 329 comes back down and across the line, and that's going to be Burke backwards as Kelly drifts down into the outside pit wall. Goodness gracious.
What? I'm going to tell you, I didn't cause that just because all the stuff I was talking. I'm just going to say
Well, no,
it's an all-star race. I didn't think anybody'd take anybody out. There.
well, we saw
It's
it.
food for what? There's no points involved, right? Tonight. Am I correct on
no,
that?
it's not. It's not.
It's for fun, man. Hey,
Yeah.
but Trevor Robertson was
Not a points
he
race.
was just feel bad for him. He was class of the field there for 99% of the race.
Mike Adamson just sent it in there and got right into the corner of him.
And I
It
think
is
he
what
was
it
just.
is, man.
It's racing. It's racing. It's North Wilkesboro.
Mike's trying to race his race, and Robertson trying to close that thing out. And
Greg
Arson.
Klein sliding it in there on Albert.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard him.
Anderson, hope you got liability insurance there, buddy.
Yeah. Ooh, that's. This guy's probably worn out. I don't know about you, Brown.
Man,
Pretty good race, though.
You ain't kidding here. It's Josh Bittner saying $50 will do a lot to a man's driving. Man, you just tell me I'd win a Klondike bar. That changes how I drive out there.
Act. Chance of winning ice cream?
Yeah, man, I love
Watch
any
out.
good chance to win me some ice cream.
I will wreck Turner again.
You already have.
Yeah, that's what I said again.
Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. I gotta do a random draw, don't I? I'm too caught up.
Oh yeah.
I'm too caught up with this great race finish that we had that I gotta pick a number. It'll be the driver who finished here tonight in 12th.
That is
Back.
Tim Pope.
In 12th?
So that's what iRacing says.
Oh, the old iRacing. Yep, you're right. On iRacing.
The old
Sure.
racing.
Sure.
All right, well, there we have it. As our lucky dog has been, or our lucky draw has been picked on up, and we go ahead and start these interviews off With tonight's third place finisher, it's going to be the 53 of Jeremiah Burke, who was driving it like he stole it here tonight, up 10 spots. Almost our hard charger of the day, man, finding his way up onto the podium. And man, for an all-star race, this was pretty dang clean, Jeremiah. I mean, we saw a long green flag run here.
Yeah, I was really impressed with all the running we did. Everybody had gave each other lots of room. I mean, it was really hard to pass. So it was, just bide your time till the end, then make it happen.
We kind of saw that being the case tonight, being hard to pass, and that's the nature of North Wilkesboro. For the people that haven't watched this in their lifetime. This is how it was, man. When you were watching this on Sunday afternoon, it's just a bunch of guys out there, desperate guys out there trying to pass each other. But that cool old Jeff Burton throwback scheme that you got on that Toyota. It did suffer some scrapes out there tonight. Racing the track pretty hard out there tonight. You guys have a little bit of trouble maybe getting power down coming out of 2 and 4?
Oh, it was that was where it really was hurting, was power, putting the power to the ground. It was the truck always turned. I mean, usually you feel that right front loop getting gone on all the rest of these tracks, but it was the rear tires for sure you had to take care of today. And it was, as you can see, there were a lot of single car spins, or I know I drove it into the wall, and even on that last lap there I got on the gas and it didn't stick. But coming to the checkered, you just kind of got to hold it.
Well, it did that tonight. Great job. We had a lot of fun. I hope y'all had fun out there racing. I know there probably wasn't too much anger out there because it's kind of just a fun race, all-star race. But you looking forward to the next few races, and who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
As always, I'd like to give a shout out to Albert. Then, of course, everybody that was in Discord with us, just watching, cheering us on, and obviously Greg Klein for running a great race. I don't think he touched a dang thing all night. Ended up with that win. It's good to see him. Good to see him get a win.
Yeah, indeed, man. Well, congratulations on third place finish here tonight, buddy. Little bit of racing left here in this season as we head back to real life, regular season racing here coming up next week. So good luck with that, buddy, and hopefully we get to talk to you again.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Have a good night.
Excuse me. Oof. Had a little frog in the throat. As we go ahead and move on up to our excuse me. As we move on up to our second place finisher here tonight, gonna be America's driver, Mr. Albert Anderson, up 9 spots on the day here at this all-star race for the Vigilante Racing League. And man, Albert, you ran pretty dang good. It was looking interesting with the long runs. Definitely strategy coming out to play here up until the very end.
Yeah, I just got done swallowing a handful of blood pressure pills, so that my pressure should start coming down here soon. But that was a heck of a race, man. I mean, when the leaders wrecked, when Trevor and Mike got into each other, and then it was Klein and I saw a shot at getting the first place there, but I was trying to hold Kelly and Jess and Jeremiah off behind me, and it was just nuts, man.
Yeah, you definitely had your hands full there. And, it looks like Greg Klein finished right at about half a second in front of you, which, you can still see him, I'm sure. But, you had your
Klein
hands
did an
full.
excellent job.
Yeah, man. Burke and Keel and even Eaton back there, Dustin with the Y, Dustin Eaton in the 14, and that orangutan truck. Yeah, man. You had your hands full there, so you could only do so much at that point.
Yeah, I mean, just hanging on for dear life. I didn't have any tires left, and second place kind of fell right into my lap there at the end. Coming out of 4, I had the wheel cranked all the way to the left, hammered down, just trying to keep it off of the wall. And luckily, I was able to hold those guys off behind me, and I think they got into a wreck too behind me, so that helped me out a little bit. But yeah, we got it done tonight. It's a second place and a third place for AllStar Racing. We're back on the podium, so that's awesome. Brand new team, a couple new guys coming on next season. Austin Dillon and Dylan Bryant and Larry Dickerson. They're coming on next season.
I was going to say Austin Dillon. Holy crap. Your recruiting game has got so great, man.
Yeah, but Dylan Bryant, Larry Dickerson, they're coming on next season. Both of those guys are lights out fast. I mean, you've seen those guys race before. So we're looking to have a real strong season next season.
Well, you had a good one tonight. Congrats, man. Obviously, we love America's Driver, one of my personal favorite drivers. Glad to see you up in the podium. Who'd you like to give some shout-outs to?
Now, is this the real Adam Turner or is this computer-generated AI Adam Turner?
My, see, there we go.
It's the GPT cloned version.
Your dad got into the mix with me, too, earlier about the Panthers. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's the real one right now. I'm afraid we're going to get taken over by that. You know that.
Hey, I know how to get you riled up, brother. But no, I mean, yeah, right. Of course, I want to thank you guys. I mean, I tell you, no matter where I finish, I enjoy so much being able to go back and watch AAA broadcasting and watch you three guys broadcast the race. I mean, you guys do such an amazing job. You get the audience into it, and everybody loves you guys. So kudos to you guys. And, my team, AllStar Racing, we're back on the podium tonight with me in second, Jeremiah Burke in third. And, looking forward to Dylan Bryant and Larry Dickerson coming on next season. And thank my parents and thank all the fans. Ricky Wittenberg at DEP Graphics. He's done a really good job on the new AllStar Racing paint, on the new AllStar Racing logo and paint scheme. And I want to thank Josh Bittner at Track Dogs Racing for everything he does.
Heck.
And my dad. Gotta thank my pops. He's out here all the time.
Yeah, he's always on here supporting.
Love my dad, man. My dad's the greatest on the planet. I love you, Dad.
Yes, sir, indeed, man. It's that 329 looking pretty good out there on track, as it's pretty dang clean, man. Congratulations, Albert, finishing up there on that podium here in second. Good luck the rest of the season here, buddy, and no playoff times coming on up.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
With that, we'll move down a couple of positions here and talk to tonight's random draw driver who looked like he could have been in it for a shot at a win. Mr. Timothy Pote driving the 27 machine here for the Ain't Dead Yet team. And Tim, man, just absolute heartbreak there. You and Trevor were having a fantastic race. Unfortunately, a little bit of netcode with some contact kind of takes you out of it here a little bit, but made heck of a run done for you and that team out right there tonight.
Yeah, almost had it. A little upsetting, but yeah, it was a little close race. And I pinched him a little bit, and I think he slid up just a little. So just a little close race in there.
Well, that Chevrolet, it did get beat up a little bit tonight. Next week, where you guys headed to
Charlotte.
next week? Is it Charlotte? Yeah, it is Charlotte.
Yeah.
That buddy. So it's like the hub of stock car racing. Are you comfortable there, Tim? Is that a track that you like running, and y'all got a plan for out there?
No plan really, but yeah, I love that track. One of my top ones on my list. Or I guess you can call that one of my home tracks. It's about 3 hours from me.
There you go.
Well, that's pretty scary. Those guys are gonna have to look out for you next week. Fun watching you and Trevor tonight. It didn't work out for both of you. Stuff happens. It is All-Star race, so it was all for fun. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, Ricky Rittenberg for the paints. Everybody on Ain't Dead Yet team. You guys for broadcasting and on VRL.
Awesome job, Tim. Well, just kind of unfortunate luck here at the end, man, but great running, and we can't wait to see you out here the rest of the season here, buddy. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner, and it's the Cruise Master in charge, Mr. Greg Klein, picking up the race win here tonight at this VRL All-Star race. And man, Greg, sometimes you got to get a little bit of skill, sometimes you got to get a little bit of luck, and tonight you got a whole lot of both because your truck looks pretty dang clean. I don't think you touched a single thing, and you picked up the win.
Man, I scraped the wall once early in the race, and that was the only thing I touched. I mean, other than that, kept it clean. We really had a top 3 or 4 truck tonight, and I just got so lucky with these guys kind of beating and bashing each other and just opening it up. And then trying to get away from Anderson, I knew if he got close to me, it was going to get rough. So I was doing everything I could to get away from him there those last couple of corners.
Well, he was doing everything he could to stay with you. But that Chevrolet of yours was quick all night tonight. Great job out there tonight, Greg. We did mention a few times if anybody's willing to give somebody the chrome horn out here at the short track, it's Greg Klein. And you didn't have to do it, man. Some of these guys just with their aggression and wanting to win, kind of got themselves involved in some stuff out there, and you took advantage. And hey, sometimes it just falls into your lap, man. But kudos on you to being up there, right place, right time, being consistent, being the great race car driver that you are, that we know you are, and taking care of your stuff. And great job out there tonight, man. It was a lot of fun to watch.
It was fun to race, and contrary to popular belief, I don't like using the chrome horn on people. It's not part of what I really want to do, but it's only
on your friends, yeah.
Exactly. But no, I'd been better with longer runs, but I didn't have anything for Robertson or Poe. If they wouldn't have crashed, I don't think I could have caught them. They were the class of the field tonight, all race long until the very end. But man, sometimes better to be lucky than good, and man, I'll take a race win any way I can.
Well, and you did tonight, and I'll tell you what, I know you better than that. You will use that chrome horn if you have to. You just didn't have to tonight. Heck of a run.
Well, if it's one of us.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
just
true.
you guys.
A little more professional, I guess, with the vigilante guys. But two quick things. Charlotte coming up. What do you think about that? And shout outs. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
Charlotte, we've run so many laps at Charlotte. You guys have run a lot with me. We've done that. Really depends on long run, short run. I'm always better on the long run than I am the short run. So we'll see how the cautions play out and how that works. And man, as for shout outs, you guys all the time, you guys put on a great broadcast, really entertaining for everybody. Lori and Jess are putting this on. I know they were a little tired tonight, but still got the race in, still had a lot of fun. Wife for putting up with me being loud in here because she's probably trying to sleep now.
Trying to slam the door on you.
Yeah, she put me down. And the guys here, this is a great league to race in. I've had a lot of fun. That's 2 wins now this season, and I kind of looked into both of them, but I'll take it and keep going on, roll to Charlotte, and then hit the playoffs.
Well, man, tonight you can celebrate this win, man. Congratulations, Greg, picking up the win here at this All-Star race, and good luck the rest of the season here, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good evening.
Indeed. That closed out all the interviews and everything here tonight. And man, oh man, some fantastic racing to be had here at North Wilkesboro. I mean, both of y'all know me at this point. I'm not much of a short track guy. I do enjoy watching it, but man, Wilkesboro brings out some of the best racing.
It really does. I mean, the guys we talked to, interviews, they said it the best. It's hard to pass here. It's one of those tracks where you have to mind your tires. There's not much banking. You got to manage your space and stay off the wall, man. There's no safer barrier here. If you smack the wall, you're going to get damage. If you hit the guardrail on the inside, you're going to get damage and maybe get hung up and have to tow. So the guys that did it the best tonight kept a clean truck. For the most part, no damage, no scratches. These guys did the best out here tonight. So Yep, that was the key out here, I think, tonight.
I'm just glad it's back in real life.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's so
100%.
it's awesome, and it's due to iRacing and the iRacing community had a big part of it.
And Dale Jr. Yep.
Yep, Dale Jr. was a huge part, and I'm just Benny Parsons. You know, there's some really cool people involved in the whole thing. I'm glad it's back, and I can't wait for Sunday. But this one was fun tonight.
And it was. As we take a look here at tonight's finishing order here from North Wilkesboro, Greg Klein picking up the race win. Albert Anderson a close and hard-fought second place there. Same thing with Jeremiah Burke. Heck, he even finished backwards to make sure he got himself up onto a podium here tonight. So a great run there for Burke. Kelly Keel up here having a great run, finishing in fourth. Dustin Eaton in the 14 machine. That's Dustin with a Y, one of your hard chargers of the day. Yep, we got a pair of them here tonight, getting a top 5. Fifth place finish, up 12 positions. 18 at Andrew Player went from on his lid up to the top 10 here, finishing in 6th. You got the 3 of Austin Paul having a great run here tonight as well, finishing in 7th. Man, the problems just seem to keep happening around the 33 of Vaught here tonight, but just having a pretty solid run, able to fight his way on back up into 8th. 9th will be Jonathan Osborne in the 81 machine, your other hard charger of the day, up 12 spots, creeping up into that top 10 with the 64 of Trevor Robertson, probably the class of the field up until the very end, rounding out your field or your top 10.
Yeah, and that's also rounding out your lead lap cars there. Everybody else here we're about to mention is finished at least one lap down. Mike Adamson in the 88 machine, involved in that wreck there late. He'll officially be scored one lap down. The next car behind him, 4 laps down, Timothy Pope, the 27 machine, finishes in 12th. 13th, also 4 laps down, Jack Dixon in the 48. 6 laps down, Dave the Gambler Mayberry in the 29 truck. The 84 of Josh Bittner, 8 laps down in 15th place. 9 laps down, 16th place, Brayton Laster, Pizza Man in the 013. David L. Kelly in the 49 truck will finish in 17th place, 11 laps down, 14 laps down. Russ Endicott in the 57. Sean McDonald in the 23 truck. Started up in 9th, dropped 10 spots. He'll finish in 19th place, 19 laps down. Ricky Wittenberg, your pole sitter here today, started right there in the front row, elected to go to the back, and he'll finish in the back. He'll finish in 20th spot tonight. 21st, John Gallagher in the 123. And that's it. Justin Wade didn't grid tonight, so he'll get 23rd place points regardless.
Here we go. That is your excuse me. And that
thank
is
you, Lori Vault, for admitting this race as always.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Oh, of course. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time out here with us. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, as coming up starting on Friday, we're going to be live 5 nights a week, and you don't want to miss any of this great race and action that we have to offer. Of course, if you do like it, please hit that thumbs up button so that way Adam Turner can keep feeding that hamster to keep his power going, because you know that's super important there as well. Of course, we also have to say a big thank you to the proud sponsor of Blue Fox Properties and Dave Mayberry. Give them a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in that Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country, as Dave has 18 years of experience buying and selling homes across the US of A, and he can help you out, get you into your dream home, as this housing market just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Get yourself a good quality realtor today. Oh, goodness. Having like a good old frog in the throat or something going on. Either way, that does it here for us tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys here in action on Friday night as the Num Thumbs Racing League super late model or late model series whatever they're doing gets up underway. It should be a absolute fun time and a fun one to watch. So we'll see you on then. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.